There lived a man named Michael, his loving wife Angela, and their two beautiful daughters, Bella and Blessing. Bella was the older sister, always protective and caring towards Blessing, who was younger and full of curiosity. The family was not so rich, but they were happy and comfortable. Angela was a kind and gentle woman, her smile as warm as the African sun. Michael worked hard in the fields, growing maize and beans, and sell at the village market to feed his family. Bella and Blessing helped their mother with daily chores, fetching water from the river, tending to their small vegetable garden, and looking after the chickens. Life was going on well in the village until something terrible happened. One fateful day, Angela fell seriously ill. It started with a simple cough, but soon she became weak and bedridden. Michael and the girls did everything they could to help her. They brought help from the village healer, made her warm soups, and stayed by her side, holding her hand and praying for her recovery. But despite their efforts and the healer's remedies, Angela's condition worsened. One quiet evening, as the sun set over the village, Angela took her last breath, surrounded by her family. Her passing was a devastating blow to Michael, Bella and Blessing. Michael was so heartbroken that he locked himself in his room for many days, unable to face the world without his beloved wife. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, and couldn't find strength to care for his daughters. Bella, now thrust into the role of caretaker, tried to be strong for her sister, but she too was overwhelmed with grief. Blessing missed her mother's gentle touch and soothing voice, and she cried every night, clutching Angela's shawl for comfort. Months passed, and the family tried to move on with their lives, though the pain of losing Angela still lingered in their hearts. Michael gradually returned to his daily routines, tending the fields and providing for his daughters. Bella took over many of her mother's responsibilities, cooking meals and ensuring the household ran smoothly. Blessing, though still young, did her best to help and stay strong. But then, strange things began to happen in their house. One morning, Bella woke up, feeling very different. Her body ached, and she felt as if someone had laid with her during the night. She was frightened because she had been alone in her room with the door locked. She didn't have any bad dreams, and there were no signs of an intruder. Confused and scared, she decided not to tell her sister or her father, hoping it was just a bad dream. Days turned into weeks, and one morning it happened again. And this time, Bella was very scared. She felt weak and confused, but still couldn't bring herself to tell anyone. Life went on, but Bella became more and more worried. She noticed that her father seemed distant, often lost in his thoughts. And Blessing was too young to understand the turmoil Bella was experiencing. As the days passed, Bella's fear grew. She began to dread going to bed, terrified of what might happen during the night. She prayed for strength and courage, hoping to find answers to the mystery that haunted her. But despite her fears, Bella knew she had to stay strong for Blessing's sake. She couldn't let her sister see how scared she was, even though her heart was heavy with dread. Bella sat on the edge of her bed, her mind racing. She felt weak and confused, but still couldn't bring herself to tell anyone. She was too scared to speak up, fearing that no one would believe her. She decided to go about her day, as usual, trying to ignore the pain and fear. One night, Bella woke up in a cold sweat. The sensation was back, stronger than ever. She felt as if more than one person had laid with her. Panic gripped her heart and she struggled to breathe. She knew she couldn't keep this to herself any longer, but she was terrified of what might happen if she spoke out. She didn't want to worry her sister or father, but she couldn't continue living in fear. One day, Bella woke up feeling extremely sick. Her body was weak and she couldn't stop vomiting. Michael, noticing her condition, decided to take her to the village hospital. The doctor examined Bella and delivered shocking news. Bella was pregnant. Michael was furious and demanded to know who was responsible for this. Bella, with tears streaming down her face, insisted that she didn't know, that she hadn't been with anyone. Blessing, standing by her sister's side, was equally shocked and disappointed. Michael's anger boiled over and he yelled at Bella, demanding answers. But Bella kept crying, repeating that she didn't know how it happened. She didn't have a boyfriend and she had never been with anyone in that way. The doctor, seeing the distress of the family, suggested he take some time to process the news and offered to help in any way he could. Blessing, though young, tried to comfort her sister. She couldn't understand how Bella could be pregnant if she hadn't been with any man. The confusion and fear in Bella's eyes made Blessing's heart ache. She wanted to believe her sister, but the situation was so strange and unbelievable. The sisters clung to each other, seeking solace in their shared pain. Now, days passed, and the atmosphere in the house grew tense. Michael couldn't look at Bella without anger and disappointment. Bella felt isolated and alone. Her father's anger weighed heavily on her. Blessing, sensing her sister's despair, tried to be a source of comfort. But even she couldn't fully understand the depth of Bella's fear and confusion. The mystery of Bella's pregnancy hung over the family like a dark cloud. Bella knew she had to find a way to uncover the truth, but she was terrified of what she might discover. She decided to confide in Blessing, hoping that together they could figure out what was happening. Bella explained everything that had been happening to her, and Blessing listened intently, her eyes wide with fear and shock. The sisters realized that they needed to take action to protect themselves and find answers. They devised a plan to uncover the truth and bring an end to the nightmare that had consumed their lives. A few days later, Blessing woke up, feeling the same way Bella had described. She was terrified and confused, her body aching as if someone had been with her during the night. She ran straight to Bella's room, tears streaming down her face. "Bella, I feel the same way you did. What is happening to us?" she cried. Bella's heart sank. She pulled her sister into a comforting embrace, trying to soothe her while fighting back her own tears. "I'm sorry, Blessing. I didn't know how to tell you. This has been happening to me too. We have to find out what's going on." The sisters realized that whatever was happening to them was not just a series of nightmares or coincidence. They needed to uncover the truth. Together, they decided to set up hidden cameras in their rooms, hoping to catch the intruder and put an end to their torment. Every night before going to bed, they carefully positioned the cameras, making sure they were well hidden but had the clear view of their rooms. They prayed for the courage and strength to face whatever they might uncover. One night, after days of watching the recordings without any significant finding, Blessing woke up feeling the same way again. Now, the sisters anxiously reviewed the footage from the night before. As they watched, their hearts pounded with fear and anticipation. To their greatest horror, they saw their father, Michael, entering their rooms with his spare key. He moved quietly, ensuring not to wake them up. He would wipe their faces with a cloth, and they would immediately fall into a deeper sleep. Unaware of what was happening, the girls watched in disbelief as their father betrayed their trust in the most unimaginable way. The realization was too much to bear. Bella and Blessing were filled with anger, sorrow, and a deep sense of betrayal. They knew they had to take action to stop their father and protect themselves. With trembling hands, they called the police and showed them the video recording. The evidence was undeniable. The police arrived promptly, and Bella and Blessing showed them the video recordings of their father's horrific actions. Michael, seeing the officers and the evidence, broke down and confessed. He admitted that after Angela's death, he couldn't love another woman, so he turned to his daughters to satisfy his desires. The police arrested Michael, and he was taken away to face the consequences of his actions. The village was shocked by the revelation. Michael had been a respected member of the community, and no one could have imagined he was capable of such terrible deeds. They offered their support to Bella and Blessing, understanding the immense pain and betrayal the sisters must be feeling. Bella and Blessing moved out of their father's house, unable to stay in the place where they had suffered so much. They found a small apartment in a nearby town and started a new life together. Bella, with the support of her sister, chose to terminate the pregnancy, not wanting to carry the painful reminder of her father's actions. The sisters leaned on each other for support, their bond growing even stronger in the face of adversity. They continued to honor their mother's memory, living their lives with kindness, courage, and a deep sense of gratitude for the support they had received.